Hello, my pretty angels. Happy grocery haul day, my loves. Today's grocery haul is from Walmart with a little honorable mention from Dollar Tree and Aldi. So I have a little small grocery haul here today because I'm adding on to stuff that I already have in the house. So if I don't need a lot, I don't buy a lot. So it looks like a little bit of food, but I have a lot of meals here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the grocery haul. As always, I wanna start with gratitude. Thank you, God, for these groceries. I am so grateful. And thank you, Angel, for being here and for watching. I'm so grateful for you too. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, like I said, this is a small haul. It's not much here, but there are a lot of meals here because I didn't really need a lot. So I just added on to stuff that I already have in my pantry and my freezer. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. And that's how I save money too. So if I don't need a lot, I just don't buy a lot. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started. Let me show you everything that I got first, and then I'm gonna tell you everything that I'm making with these beautiful groceries, okay? All right, so we'll just start over here really quick. I did get some of this movie theater butter popcorn, and that is one of the honorable mentions from Dollar Tree. I got a chuck steak, some ground beef, some chicken wings, my favorites, the flats and the drumettes. I do have some sparkling ice water. I got the lemon lime flavor this week. I did get some snacks here. I have some Cheetos and some salt and vinegar chips and a can of Pringles. And then over here, I just have another bag of that movie theater popcorn. I have some of these mini wontons, the chicken and vegetable dumplings. Here's another one of those sparkling ice waters, some Junior Mints. I got some sharp cheddar cheese. This this sauce right here, this General, is it General? This right here, I don't want to mess it up, but this sauce I got from Aldi. And then I have some water flavoring here. I got the grape water flavoring, and then I just got some bread right here. So that is everything that I got this week. And again, I didn't need a lot, so I didn't get a lot, but I do have a lot of meals here. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Here's our handy dandy little meal plan for the week. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that and just tell you what I'm making with all these beautiful goodies. Okay, so for my breakfast, I'm gonna be doing smoothies again. I still have plenty of fruit, so to use up all that fruit, I still have some more for a few days, so that'll be smoothies continuing for this week. And for meals, I'm doing spaghetti, so I needed some ground beef. I already have some spaghetti noodles in the pantry, and I also have some pasta sauce in the pantry, so I didn't need to get any of that. For the wings, I'm gonna use this General sauce right here to make some wings with some green beans, and that's gonna be a meal this week. Another night, I'm going to do some Korean barbecue bites with sesame broccoli. So that's what I'm gonna do with that chuck steak. And I'm going to cube it up, and I'm gonna season it with this Korean barbecue sauce that I already have. So I didn't have to get any of that. And then I also have broccoli, so I didn't have to buy any broccoli. And then I also have some sesame oil in my pantry, so I'll just use that as my seasoning. I'm gonna just make it like just a Korean style meal with that. Also, I do get these chuck steaks a lot, so I just want to mention to you about the chuck steaks. If you do try the chuck steak, the way I cook mine is I always bake it. I love to get them because they're really inexpensive, and I do love steak. So when I do keep those in the house and I bake them, it's so simple. I just put them in the oven and I bake them, and it's always tender that way. I did try cooking it on the stove one time, and it really didn't taste, it was a little tougher when I did it on the stove. But when I do it in the oven every single time, it's nice and tender. So I always bake the chuck steak, and it's just so easy. You just throw it in the oven, bake it, and you can go on and do other things. And before you know it, your dinner is ready. And I also like the fact that I can use it in multiple ways. So like I said, this week I'm gonna do it as the Korean barbecue bites. So it's just a very versatile piece of steak if you do like steak like that. And it isn't as expensive as like your ribeyes or your T-bones or anything like that, but it's still giving you some steak for the week. Okay, so that's why I get chuck steaks on a regular basis. So I just wanted to tell you that because I didn't know if I ever mentioned that that's how I cook them to make them really, really tender. Okay, so that's it for that part. Over here I have these dumplings that I'm gonna do with some rice one night, and that's gonna be another little meal. And I also am going to do some grilled cheese sandwiches. So I got the bread, and there's my cheese back there for that. And for my snacks this week, I am doing my chips, of course. I love me some chips, so I always have to have some type of chips in the house. So that's why I got my chips here, my Cheetos, my salt and vinegars, and the Pringles, and also this movie theater popcorn from the Dollar Tree. I love it so much. I love this popcorn. So this is definitely a nice little snack that I always like to have on hand too. Now that I have, now that I found it and I love it so much, that is like one of my favorite snacks to have. So that's that. And then I have my little Junior Mints back here for my little chocolate, when I have my little chocolate craving. So I do have that. And then I also wanted to tell you, okay, so I do have the sparkling ice. This week I did the lemon lime, and I got this great water flavoring. If you're new here, we always use water flavoring. I always keep water flavoring in the house because we always get cases of water. We keep cases of water in the house at all times. So I always have some type of water flavoring to keep me from buying like a lot of juices or just a lot of sugary drinks. So I like to keep different water flavorings in the house to give me a variety with my drinks. But I just wanted to really focus on this right here, just to tell you, if you want a soda but you just want to do an alternative, what I do is I pour this lemon lime sparkling water in my glass, and I mix the whatever water flavoring I want. So for instance, by me using this grape with that, it's going to taste like a grape soda. So I love to do that with all my water flavorings. The lemon lime to me is the one that blends the best because it just has like a Sprite kind of feel to it. So whatever water flavoring you add to it, it tastes like the soda version of that. So that's just a little hack that I do to keep me from buying sodas, and I love it so much. So that's why I wanted to kind of spotlight that real quick for you. And then, like I said, we keep the regular water, so I always have water flavorings in the house for variety. Okay. All right, my love. So that's it for this week's grocery haul. Like I said, it's really small, but I didn't need a lot. And I'm not gonna just, just buy because I feel like I love to see where my money went. And the best way to do that is to use up everything that you have. I like to get down to the bare minimum before I go and do a big grocery shop. So I like to use up everything. So you know how sometimes you have like some rice. You can always have rice in the pantry. You normally gonna have some pasta in the pantry, sauces and stuff like that. So I like to just see what I have, go through really quick and see what's in there, what I can add on to. And then I always have like frozen vegetables and stuff. So that's always something I can add to a meal. So the majority of the time I can just add like a meat or something and just stretch what I already have. And that helps me save a lot of money, especially because I love grocery shopping and I love cooking so much. It's easy for me to overdo it because I do love to cook and I love grocery shopping. I love all things grocery. So that way, by me doing that, it helps me just, stay disciplined and also just really, really maximize my money and see everything that I'm using. When I get down to the bare minimum, then I feel good about going and doing a big grocery shop. So I don't feel like I've wasted anything. Okay. So that is it this week. And I'll be back probably after Christmas for another haul to just get back on track for the new year and everything. So this may be my last one for this year. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I gave you some meal ideas. My meals are always simple. I have to keep things simple. I have to simplify everything in my life. So my meals is definitely one of them. I love to cook, so the easier it is for me, I keep it as simple as possible. So I hope I gave you some meal ideas for this week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you will definitely come back and see me again, okay? So I always want to encourage you, live your prettiest life. Get you some pretty groceries. I love to cook. I want to encourage you to just cook at home too. It's so much fun to cook at home. You can experiment with different things, try different sauces, try different spices. Did I show you my Montreal steak seasoning over here? I don't know if I even showed you that. There it is, but I needed some Montreal steak. But just try like different seasonings, different sauces, and you can use the same meats and just season them differently, put some different sauce on them, and just add some variety to your meals, but just keeping everything simple, making everything with love, making everything pretty, and everything is gonna be delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go, my loves, because I know you got to get to the grocery store and I know you got to cook. So I'm gonna let you go. I love you so, so much. God bless you, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye bye, my loves.